Welcome to another episode of Bears News Network. I'm your host, Mike Anderson, alongside with my co-host, DeAndre Cootie Hicks, where we talk Chicago Bears news like Chicagoans do, man. The number one place on YouTube that give back to its fans. So if you're a Chicago Bears fan, hit that subscribe button. We give out prizes and tickets totally free over here. Nothing of charge. Just join the Bears
Yes,
News
sir.
Network family. As you can see, all the information is right underneath this video. As you can see, it's going right across for you guys. So, with that being said, Cootie, we're going to get into the Chicago Bears losing to the Indianapolis Colts 16-21. And we're going to talk about Caleb Williams' performance and how he fared in his third game in his career. And then we're going to get into some positives and some negatives that we can take away from the loss as well. So, coming up, all that right here on Bears News Network. Welcome back to another episode of Bears News Network. I'm your host, Mike Anderson, like I said, with my co-host DeAndre Cootie Hicks, man. And this episode, we're going to get into the matchup of the Chicago Bears against the Indianapolis Colts. The Chicago Bears failed to win this game 16-21. Cootie, another tough loss, man. Had the opportunity to come away with the win for the second week in a row with the opportunity to win the game, just wasn't quite able to do with the offense. Still not quite there. We could see that the defense is a couple of steps ahead of the offense, but just overall with this loss, Cody, what were some of the things that stuck out to you? Just a few points that stuck out to you the most with the loss.
Yeah, it's like you were saying. Good point. The defense they picking up where they left off at. Still kicking butts. They doing their things. Making stops when they can. Keeping us in games. Like one, that's the only win we got. And then the rest is pretty much, man. It's bad, sad to say, but it's kind of downhill. The offense line is, not doing this thing. They don't have no continuity. They not pushing nothing. They not holding nothing. No protection for Caleb basically. And it's just that it's all reoccurring. It's been the past 3 weeks. You would think that it's been no more upside to it, a little more progress, but keep seeing the same thing. Um, just one of those. What about you?
Yeah, I most definitely agree with you. Just like you said, not enough protection on the offensive line. You know, the scratch and head decision making with Caleb, but that's something that we can expect with him as far as being a rookie. But just the offense as a whole, just not like you said, not having an identity. Just not having the continuity that you expect that we should have with as many playmakers that we have on this team. A lot of people talked about Caleb Williams' performance versus the Colts, Cootie. And when you look at his performance versus the Colts, what stuck out to you the most with his performance?
So the biggest thing I think that stuck out to me, that he had consecutive completions. At one point, he is improving in some aspects, and then the negative things I say what stuck out that he did complete 33 passes, but he threw it for 52 times. That's a lot of attempts. One of those things you don't want to put that stress on the QB's arm and stuff, and then that's more time to put it in danger with him being a younger quarterback. It's nice to have the 363 yards, and I expect those numbers when you threw it for that many times. But we didn't get the points that we needed with that many throws. So it's like it's a risk over reward. I don't think we should be doing things like that, even though he did so himself some improvement within that.
Yeah, and I agree with you. It's just you can still see that he's still struggling with the little things, which in time shall come. Like we said, he's still a rookie, but just the little things that we've seen that he's struggling with, reading off defenders, that sometimes he has the tendency to stare down his receivers, or when he
Yeah.
gets under pressure after his first read and he's tried to make a play and do the things that he's done in college, we've seen that in the NFL is going to translate to turnover. So just those few things that I feel like he still needs to work on. But did he make progress? I feel like he did make progress. We got Roma Duve going. We got Cole Komet going.
Right.
something that we wanted to spark up. So I'm just excited, just ready to see Keenan Allen get back to see how much
Yeah.
better the offense may be with him being such a reliable third down option for Caleb. But overall, his performance, like I said, you really can't grade rookies on their rookie season. So, but him as a whole, I just expect him to get better. So I really don't
Exactly.
expect much from him, but I really do like we were saying, Cootie, when we pregame and talking. By week 5, between week 5 and 8, we should see certain things of improvement. It's just certain things that he
Yeah.
should do after those many weeks of being in the NFL. Those little things should start to clean up and get better as well.
Yes.
Other than Caleb Williams' performance, what do you think about, like, as far as some positives that we could take away from this Colts game?
Oh, I mean, one of the biggest positives is something else that we were talking about. Getting Cole Komet involved. He had a big game having him involved. He had the 11 targets on, then get the 10 receptions, 97 yards, a TD. And like you always say, we actually made our tight end that safety for Caleb this game. And with doing that, you can see just why we paid him the money and what he can do in those situations. We've been waiting on them to kind of unleash Cole and let him do what he can do. And like you say, his best position, his best positioning is being that safety blanket. You give him 11 targets, and then he gets 10 receptions, and he does what he do. He can drag defenders. They're gonna try to get him down, but they're not. It's gonna take multiple. So I just like that we actually put him in the game and got him more involved.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that too. It was big emphasis how Cole Kmet can be such a safety blanket for a rookie quarterback. And when you look at a lot of the big name quarterbacks, possibly future Hall of Famers, they always had that one tight end that you can rely on at all times. A big third
Yeah,
down red zone target. Uh, Cole Kmet was in this game, and it was a breakout game for him, no doubt about it. Along with Roma Dunze,
yeah,
so I'm happy to see that Rome finally got his first touchdown and got him going over 100 receiving yards. So hopefully this can get the offense rolling, Cootie, with those
yeah.
two
That little
breaks
spark they need.
the little spark that they needed because they were such in slumps. DJ Moore, we know DJ Moore gonna get his. He's gonna find a way to get
Yeah,
his, get involved in the office for some kind of way. But the main issues that was plaguing us over these last few weeks was not enough for Cole Komet in the offense. So we most definitely
yes,
seen that and seen Roma Dunze get going as well. One thing that reached out to me that I liked, it was Roshan Johnson's performance, man. Even though he's not our starter, but with his 8 carries, his 30 yards, 3.8 average yards per carry, then he also showed a little bit of the ability to catch out of the backfield, something that he didn't
yeah,
do his season, but he's shown the ability that he can catch the ball out of the backfield and make plays. So that's just something that stood out to me was Roshan Johnson. I would like for him to get more playing time to see what he can do because in this offense, Cootie, I don't know. Like you said, we don't have an identity, so we need to
yes,
find one. But our recipe for success over the last few years, we have had a strong running game. If we couldn't rely on anything else, we knew that our running game was one of our positives that we could rely on in the past
yes.
years.
It was.
Here, starting off, it has not been like that. And
Yeah, and I'm gonna piggyback off of that. Oh yeah, from yeah, I'm picking back off of that with our running back game. I had a little brain fart there, but it is what it is. With our starting running back, DeAndre Swift, it's not what you expect. He had his 13 carries, only got 20 yards, and longest was 4 yards, averaging 1.5. You don't want to see that. He's supposed to be what we thought would be a replacement to David Montgomery. Our power back. You're gonna hit the hole and get going. And with him, I see a lot of finesse that we kind of don't need. We got Khalil Herbert, and then you see Roshan Johnson. We got those guys who we can, spread around and, make moves in the backfield if we need them to. We give DeAndre Swift the ball, we expect him, hit a hole and get going. If his 4 for 1, we expect to be able to get him a ball, a strong or I formation and just take it home. But we're not seeing that. Even just to get us going. At the beginning of the game, you give him the ball, he's only getting a yard or two. Instead of getting those few yards, you don't got to get a 12, 15 yard play at the beginning, but get us 7, 6, 7 yards. Get strong, dependable runs to make those second and thirds a little bit shorter. But I mean, we see what he do. We to see the stats now, we know he can be better. We just waiting to see him do that. And as a starter running back, the numbers just ain't showing what he actually has in his skill and stuff. Why we brought him here.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's been kind of tough for DeAndre Swift the first couple of games. Like you said, he's not that power running back that's going to run in between, the guard in the center or the tackle in the guard. He's more of a outside zone runner, a running back that can catch out of the backfield and make people miss. But right now, this finesse offense is not working for us, Cootie. So we have to have an identity or gain an identity as far as what our team identity going to be. We need something that we
Yeah,
know that's going to work no matter what. And I just feel like Roshan Johnson, we need that power back. That's my what we might need in order to try to develop this running game because it's not coming. And when
yeah,
Roshan Johnson carried the ball, he ran very hard and got some positive yardage up out of the play. So just looking forward to him and um see if he could continue to develop and get him more playing time because I would like to see what Roshan Johnson does. Now,
yeah, yeah.
let's get into some things that we feel like what the Bears can improve on as a team. And when we look at these things, Cody, what's some things that you feel like we can improve on as a team?
Oh, it's just like you say. It may sound easy, but I know it's a little bit harder. But like I say, just like the chemistry, the continuity, everybody being on that same time, and we haven't we wishy washy with the flags always, but things like that we want to stop. Just be the small things that we can fix, those little details, to have everybody on the page to start the game off right. Like I say, knowing the count, being reliable on, where each person going. The simple mistakes, that's one thing we can improve on. And that's what we got. I feel like we got to take out to be better.
Yeah. I most definitely agree with you. One thing I feel like also the offensive line, we probably have to mass protect as well because the offensive line
Yeah.
has been struggling, and at this point, we probably have to mass protect Cootie because teams are they're planning on blitzing Caleb Williams because it's been shown when he's under blitz he hasn't been successful.
You
And
right.
when your offensive line is not already good and you getting hit with blitz and you can't stop a 5-man pressure, a regular 4-man pressure, we know that blitz is something they might have to go into mass protect. And that means running two tight end sets and having them both block or having one of them block along with a running back in the backfield. You have
Yeah.
to create some type of dynamic so that this this rush can slow down so you can be able to try to develop a running game and translate that into a passing game. So, like we said, man, we want to know you guys grade Caleb Williams' performance in his third game overall. We want to hear from you guys. Put your comments
Yes.
right underneath this video. What do you guys feel Caleb Williams' grade should be in his third uh game of his career. Like, what is the
Yeah.
grade? What grade did you give him? What grade do you give him for
I'll give him a
performance?
C. I'll give him a C. He did what he could. He also was tasked with, running plays that the all OC and stuff were calling the head coach. So, it's all not on him. So, but what he did, like I said, he made improvements, he made strides, and then, like you say, he got people involved with it be Cole Komet and Roman Duze. So, I feel like I'm just in between with it. So I'm giving him a solid C.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to make notice of, Cootie, is that the Bears ran the ball 28 times for only 63 yards. And when we look at this
Mm.
Indianapolis Colts team, they was one of the worst rushing yard teams in the NFL defending a rush. They was one of the worst teams in the NFL at that, and I don't understand why we did not run the
Yeah, run
ball
the
more.
ball more.
Josh Jacobs, Green Bay versus the Colts last week. Josh Jacobs ran for 151 yards and an average of 4.7 yards per carry. So I feel like We could have ran the ball.
Yeah, we missed the beat on that one. Yeah,
We missed our beat,
we
Cootie.
went real pass heavy when it was one of those. We could have been run heavy.
Exactly. So I feel like we missed our beat on that as well. But hey, we have to only get better. We have to go back. Shane Waldron and Matt Eberflus has to sit down and figure out what's going on with the offense and how we
Yeah.
can get this going to build an identity. Like we said, man, we want to hear from you guys. Put your thoughts and
Yes. Yes.
comments right underneath the video. We want to hear from you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, join the Bears News Network family. Like we said, we give out prizes and tickets over here. Everything is free. If you want to reach out to us, you can reach out to us at bearsnewsnet1 at gmail.com. Cootie, anything
Yes.
you want to say to the people before we get up out of here?
Oh, it might be one thing we ain't mess up on. That young boy DeAndre Carter, man. I'm liking what he's been able to produce and what he do. So just be on the lookout for him, man, to have a little bit more involvement.
Like you said, yeah, I like DeAndre Carter, man. He's most definitely been stepping up. Most definitely been
Yeah.
stepping up. Been one of the bright spots early in the season as far as in that wide receiver room. So no doubt that was a good pickup signing by Ryan Poles as well. So I'm excited. Yeah, that is a good point. He has been doing this thing, man. So like I said, man, let us know your thoughts. Join the Bears News Network family. It's totally free, like we said. We appreciate all the love and support. And like me and Cootie always say, bear down and
Down and be safe.